Hello, good morning. Um, Today we are in the smaller skiing area, even though the shoulder isn't fully healed yet, but still had an appointment here. This is called Sudelfeld, it's still in Germany. As you can probably see, the conditions aren't that great. The snow isn't, it was quite warm, so there's not much snow at the moment. However, there is a course that I'm doing today, a course and ski test, basically. First trying out some equipment and things for backcountry skiing. So already got my boots. Let's see how that goes. I've got some complicated white feet, so it's always hard for me to get some proper fitting boots. I think these might be a little bit too big even. Let's see how it goes. These are some first things to test out, to try out. Going to share my thoughts a little bit on that. Also, cool thing is it's sponsored and kind of in cooperation with Head and Ortovox. So they've got some Head skis there. I'm going to see how they go. And, they've got some Head core skis. They're supposed to be quite good for expert skiers, but also probably for heavier skiers as far as I understand it. So I want to see how that goes. Really looking forward to trying those out. And at the same time, interested in the gear from Ortovox as well, and going to share some thoughts on that as well. I think in general, heavy gear, not sure if it really matters which one you get. If you got a good offer or good cooperation with one of them, as long as you're safe, right? So that's the most important thing. So yeah, I'm going to show some things here. Looking forward to it, and let's see how it goes. So did the basically side country uphill. Showed some pictures right now. Was nice to test those skis. They were the had Crux, quite nice skis, very light. Went downhill here as well on the piste. As expected, they performed well, really cool. But of course, they are quite light skis, so in those conditions, sometimes they get us skidding along a little bit too much, and you can really have a basically technique check. You basically see how well you're doing. So unfortunately, at this time, the wind picked up too much, and the audio really wasn't. My mumbling was basically not audible anymore. So I basically had to cut it off here. I think in general I need to find ways on how to improve my my audio, my mumbling, my camera work, also probably my editing and so on in the future. So basically, while I'm doing this project, I also need to really pick up my game on all the YouTubing stuff as well. So, some takeaways from this trip. So first of all, I think the ski touring was quite cool. It was really nice to do that for the first time, and just do the experience, being the side country for the first time, doing some first even technique things as well, like the kick turns and transitions in between. Coming back to the gear test, that was really cool as well. Awesome that that was provided. Was able to ski two different kinds of skis. The first one were the Head Crux in 88 underfoot and in the length of 177 centimeters. First time that I'm actually using those light skis, or skis this light in general. Really nice to do that. It's very hard for me to compare them to others, but super light skis, great for the first time up, I'd say. Down, as you can see in the video, the conditions weren't the best. So it was a bit icy, lots of slush in there. So I think for light skis like that, it's probably not the best conditions. But in general, they felt great. One interesting part was when you take off the skins and all of a sudden you're standing on the slippery skis again. And to be honest, had really tuned those skis a lot. They were so super slippery, which is great, of course, when you're going down. But the transition was just very surprising. And also, I mean, all of a sudden when you've got very light skis for the first time, going down on icy and slushy conditions, and they're super tuned and just want to go, they really did want to go, that's real technique check. And I mean, obviously my technique isn't the best. So I think you basically ended up in the backseat very quickly because underneath you yourself and the skis just really wanted to go, but really cool. So basically it was a challenge, but in a very good way. Another interesting thing about the setup was that they had Tyrolia Almonte bindings, so they're very new bindings that come out next season. They were easy to use, so that's a good takeaway. They're very easy to understand as somebody who's new at this. We had some early models, so a few of the people had some issues with the brakes popping out every now and then, but in general I think they performed very well. They were super light, easy to use, as I said, easy to understand, so they really seemed like a good binding. On the other hand, what didn't work that well, I didn't have very good boots. They wanted to provide new head boots as well. Apparently there's a new Crux boot coming out as well. They didn't have those available to test yet. On the other hand, what I heard anyway is that they are a bit on the slim side. Me having wide feet, that's not the best fit anyway, so it will probably be hard to find a good fit. So I did get some from a rental shop. They were provided by the rental shop down at Sudelfeld, but even though they were okay lengthwise, they were a little bit too wide, which is not something that normally happens, and they just didn't have a great feel, and it just shows time and time again you just need to find boots that fit or get boots fitted. And probably one thing that I've got as well is the inlays, the insoles. One thing that I was really missing in those rented boots. So probably next time, I will probably need to get some fitted boots if I want to do backcountry skiing more often. And then this of course brings different challenges with itself, but yeah, that's cool. Another thing that was cool was that I was able to test out the Head Core 111. January seems like a great ski. I was really surprised how much control I had with it, given that it's a very wide ski and I was only going on the slopes, on piste, and on probably not the best conditions. Yeah, it seems like a cool ski. I'm a little bit bummed that I chose this ski because the conditions just didn't ask for such a wide ski, and it was just the vanity or the ego that wanted to try out the widest ski possible, and it just didn't make much sense. Actually, in the end, my learnings aren't there, or the things that I wanted to test didn't provide any answers, because if I want to look for a carving ski on piste, I'm none the wiser, because I knew beforehand that the Head Core 111 isn't the best ski to improve your carving. On the other hand, when looking for a powder ski, I don't have any answer neither, because I didn't have powder to test it on. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Another cool thing which I can show you as well is we were able to test the ortovox airbag lid trick. So then the new electrical system from ortovox, the new avalanche airbag system from ortovox, was able to deploy it as well. It's cool that it's electrically charged. You've got 2 charges in it. Very cool benefits as well. Of course, it isn't as quick as the gas version, but I mean, as long as it keeps it safe and as long as it works, that's great. The other thing we were able to test was the ortovox direct voice avalanche beacon. Yeah, the cool thing there is the voice that's available there. From a first impression, I always thought, why would you use voice? The cool thing there is that it apparently helps you when you're in a stress situation, that there's a calming voice. They're trying to make you basically calm you down, and give you good directions on how to use it, so that you basically don't panic, and actually being guided by a system that knows exactly what you should be doing. On the other hand, I did skip the avalanche course in the end. First of all, I did a course when in the end of last year, when we actually did have enough snow, and yeah, I wanted to get back to the family as well. So yeah, I skipped that one. In general, you shouldn't skip the courses, and do as many courses as possible. In this case, I think it wasn't the most necessary part of the whole day. But talking about family, we had the kids there. My wife also went with a good friend snowboarding. The friend was on the first time on a snowboard, so yeah, I mean that was quite a cool day. Yeah, cool day. Even though the conditions weren't great, the kids were able to go to school. They had a good time. They really improved a bit. They were stoked that they were able to do different things. They went into the fun park briefly, and yeah, it's cool to see how they just really enjoy it. Especially the youngest one. He can be a little bit discouraged if he falls, or if there's something happening with the lift, or if the shoes don't fit or start hurting. But the gear fits him. The day was great. He was able to do things. He was able to keep up, and just all around great experience for them as well. As I mentioned, my wife, she was able to show a very good friend of hers how snowboarding works. It was her first time snowboarding, so that was cool. But on the other hand, my wife was also able to peel off later and do some things on herself. Went into the fun park, did some jumps, got some air. Was super stoked that she was able to do a grab by herself, or basically was able to do a grab on the snowboard on a jump, and it actually got caught on camera as well. So she was super stoked about that. And her friend, first day on snowboards, did well. Of course, takes training, takes some time to get used to everything, but she seemed to be keen to getting to go again, and had a good time as well. So awesome. I mean, it just shows you that you don't need the best conditions, you don't need powder or whatever to have a good day skiing, and you just really need to make the most out of it. And I think everybody had really good time. I'm super happy that I had the opportunity to try out skitouring for the first time, that I was able to test different gear. Only thing, of course, boots. Again, as I mentioned, need to try to get something at the end of the season that I can then carry on trying out those things as well. I mean, as I mentioned, I'm a little bit annoyed by myself that I did try out the wrong ski in the end, but that's fine. It's a good learning for myself to try to keep the ego in check, and try to test out the gear that makes sense at this time when I'm actually testing it. I'm looking forward to do general more gear tests in the next couple of months as well. There's some things I've got lined up for March. There's the Freeride Testable coming up in March. There's a couple of stops that they've got planned, and two of them I've already signed up for, which are available for me or close by. One is on the weekend of the 9th and the 10th of March in Hochfügen, so I'll definitely be there. and then a week later they are in Stubaier Glacier on the 16th and 17th of March, and I've got both of them booked, so really looking forward to those as well, and I'll make some videos there hopefully as well, and can share my impressions from that. So why do we even test gear? So I mean, I'm probably gonna make a video dedicated to that specifically in the future as well, what I'm looking for at the moment, and what my issues are, and what the main reason is, and I alluded to this in the intro as well already. But I mean, if you look at the ski prices, you look at the skis, even if they reduce, they're around 500 euros, then you add some bindings to that, so you're really north of 500 euros, and some of them I can't even test, and you don't know what you're ending up with, right? So that's really an issue. So it really is worth trying out different things first, and knowing what you want, and knowing what you get yourself into before spending tons of money. Yeah, so that's basically all of it. So thanks for Blue Mountain Spirits. That's the ski school that's basically organized everything, that had the guide and coaches there on the day for the ski touring. Thanks to Head and to Ortovox for providing the gear. So yeah, happy with the end results. It was a great day, as I said. So yeah, I'm gonna put some links in the description as well for the ski school and some other things. I mean, new channel, but will help me a lot if you would like, subscribe, the typicals, and if you've got questions or anything, put them in the comments. Cheers!